Well, here's to wishing you a very good evening. I'm Chris Lone. This, of course, is the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings, an extension of the Mountain Mysteries podcast. A couple of things we're going to be talking about tonight that just burns my bacon. One is Jordan Vandersloot, who killed Natalie Holloway, which everybody's known that since she went missing in 2005. But as a part of his little plea agreement, he had to fess up and clean his soul. You know, no matter how many times you polish a turd, it's still a turd. And then, of course, we have Crystal Rogers, which Nancy Grace has been talking about this evening on television. That is just absolutely that's a mess. And then, of course, we're going to talk some about Amber Spradlin, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the episode with Krista Garrett. But the big news tonight that I want to reiterate is we are no longer flying half a ship. We have a whole ship once again, because without the heart of anything, then nothing is realized. And I have my heart on the other end of this line. She is a lady. She is my best friend. She had a hell of a fight, but she is a hell of a fighter. Everybody, please send a big hi in the chat or welcome back, if you will, Stacia Underwood Gullet. Hello, my dear.
Hello. Hello,
There
everybody.
you
I miss
are.
you guys. Mwah, mwah.
Look at that big, beautiful smile. Coming back and doing a little bit. And back there in the background, of course, as you can see, is Lloyd.
Girl,
Yeah. Stace is still on the mend, but I think she's doing a little better than she was. Of course, Lloyd's been by her side.
making those grilled
Yeah,
cheeses.
and look at the chat lighting up. Hey, Stacy, welcome back. Welcome back. My dear,
I love you all so
you are
much.
loved. You are really, really well loved.
And I love them too.
I'd put on there last week before, whenever it was. Well, it's just me tonight. People were like, "Bad, the hell with this." Then I'm leaving. So I don't know that it was that bad, but everybody has missed you, and there's good reason for it.
Everybody too.
There's a good reason for it. Like I've said, you're the heart. I'm a voice. I'm special effects.
Glad to be
But
back. It's been
I am
terrible.
so glad that you're back. I'm so glad that you're back. So I'm sure that in your process of being on the mend, you've kept up with some recent events. Let's talk a
hmm
little bit about Jordan Vandersloot. Of course, we all know who Vandersloot is. That name became very prominent some years ago when he was first suspected of murdering Natalie Ann Holloway. Excuse me. As you can tell, I'm still dealing with my things, but um,
He
what
is
we
he's a piece of crap. Everybody knew he did it from the start, and I also believe that he killed another girl and got away with it. Also,
I do too. I do too. And he actually came under suspicion of that some time back.
that's
But
why they arrested him, wasn't it? They
do what?
arrested him because he got caught when he killed that other girl in the hotel.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I
Yeah, they
remember.
knew. Everybody knew that
Yeah,
he had killed her, that he had killed Natalie. Everybody. I mean, it was no big secret. It's kind of like, Brooks Houck and Crystal Rogers. Crystal's mom knew from the get go. So did her dad. I mean, I think her whole family did. And that's a whole nother mess that we're going to talk about. And hopefully, maybe we can get somebody to come through briefly tonight and see what's going on. But now, the story of Natalie Holloway, of course, it's well known. It's all over the world. Hell, they've made movies about it. But it was on May 26th in 2005 that her and a bunch of, I think it was like 100 or 125 graduates from Mountain Brook High School went to Aruba for 5 days, kind of like an unofficial graduation trip. It was a get together. Well, they were with 7 different chaperones. But, if you've ever been around a group of teenagers, it's like mobilizing the freaking infantry. You can't keep track of everybody at one time, especially when, 7 to 124, that ratio is good luck.
yeah.
But anyways, to make a long story short, he admitted to killing her. I think it was with a concrete block.
Oh no. See, I didn't
Mm.
hear that part. All I saw was it popped up that he admitted it.
Yeah, that's a part of his little plea agreement.
My
Now, I
God.
still think that he should be, strapped down in a chair and fried.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, this guy is a piece of crap. Um, and apparently, he thinks that or he thought because of his status or his wealth or whatever that he could get away with murder. And that's going to lead us to some other things later on this evening, briefly. Um, but yeah, they got a mug shot of him up there. Matter of fact, I wonder if I can save that. And Vandersloot, oh yes, it is going to let me. The power of technology. Look at this. I am just like on fire with it tonight.
Oh my goodness. Flattened
Um,
her face.
oh yeah, this guy needs to be.
So she didn't go into seizures and all that like what they'd
No,
said before, I'm
no, I
sure.
don't. No, I think that what happened was
My God.
I don't know exactly what led him to do what he did. Here we go. It's uploading. I don't know exactly what led him to do what he did, but he did it. And let's see here. Let me see if I can, because I don't want to take up the whole screen with it. I want to, there we go. I want to pop it up there in the top right hand corner so everybody can see that monsters don't always look like monsters. There he is. He's up there in the top right hand corner. That was him some years ago. Um, you can just tell by the look on his face.
Yeah.
I'm a stud. Mm, okay. Well, stud, do me a favor. Go slow when you pick up the soap.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he gets.
Um, I just, and Natalie was a beautiful girl.
She
Uh,
was and very intelligent.
yes, she graduated somewhat up in her class, didn't she? I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, she had really high marks in school. She had good grades, and was on her way to college.
Yep.
And the potential that she had to,
She would have made something wonderful. I just know it.
she would have. Hmm.
And I feel so sorry for her poor mom.
And
The
we
been
can say
through.
that about yeah, I do too. And her mother fought and fought and fought
She
and
sure
fought.
did.
And I hope, which brings me to our one of our next subjects. I hope that the family of Krista Garrett gets some of the same peace
Hmm.
um, that they need.
Yep.
The only thing worse than knowing is not knowing where she's at, not knowing
Yeah.
what
Can you
happened.
imagine
No, I don't want to. I can't.
looking out that vast ocean?
Yeah. I sat across the table from four of her family members when we did the episode, and I've had several people message me on Facebook that said, "Well, that was really hard to hear. It was really hard to listen to." And I was sitting there thinking to myself,
Mm,
"You ought to have been the one doing it." You ought, and it was worse for the family than I could ever imagine it being.
yeah.
It was bad for me, but it was worse for them. It's tenfold. When you look into the faces and you see these people, and they're hurting. Um, uh, I hope that something comes of this soon, and that it shakes. My biggest hope is that somebody hears the episode and they get what they should get. They get this feeling of, I know what happened. I need to tell somebody. And it's like they've said, they don't care about who you are. They don't care about your name.
Mm,
They just want the information. That's what's wanted, is the information. So they can bring Krista home and maybe, if she's gone, have a service for her and give the family some sense of, God, I'm going to say closure. I hate that word
yeah.
closure because but give them some sense of peace that they'd at least have a place to go visit their loved one and spend some time and let that healing begin. Because right now it's like a great big open wound, and it can't heal. It just can't heal because every time you think it starts to, it gets opened right back up because you don't know. Now, the Commonwealth attorney, and this is about Amber, um, Brent Turner, has said that Amber is top on his priority list, and he does not. And we are going to try to get a hold of him and actually have him either on the show or have him talk to us on an episode of the Mountain Mysteries and let him and have him tell us what he can. Now, that is an ongoing investigation, so details about what they're doing naturally have to remain kind of hush hush because we don't want to blow anything here and create an episode of Double Jeopardy where whoever did this gets off and then they can't be tried again for it, because that's what we're looking at. So when the cops close in and make the arrest, they're going to make sure they've got a case, and it's going to be about as airtight as they can get it. That's what they're doing. I'm betting money on that. And you know what? That little girl right there deserves no less.
That's right.
She deserves justice, and so does her family. So, people go on about, well, it's been months. It's been months. You know what? I talked to Debbie about this, Debbie Hall, which was it's Amber's cousin, but they're like sisters. And Deb has every bit of faith in Turner, and she has all the faith in KSP. Rightfully so. I think that trust is well placed. I do. Um, because Turner has come out and said this is like a top priority for him. So, but they're not going to go in there half-assed and half-cocked and try to prosecute something that may or may not work. They want this thing to be as airtight as possible, so the jury looks at this and says, "Oh yeah, okay, he's going to prison for the rest of his life, or she is, or whatever." So that is continuing. But yes, it's been what, June. This is October, June, July, August, September, 4 months, give or take. Krista's been 5 years. Natalie was 2005 to 2023. That's a long time.
Yeah.
These things take time. The wheels move slow. They do. But excuse me, if Vandersloot has proven anything, it's that an idiot will hang himself. It's like my dad used to say, pull real hard. When you hear that pop, you know your head's out of your ass. So, and Vandersloot is definitely one of those.
He sure is. He's an idiot.
He is. I've made mention of this before. A lot of people have talked about Crystal Rogers and Brooks Houck, her ex. Now, Crystal went missing July 3rd of, let's see, I think it was 2000. I'm wanting to think like 2000 and what was it, 5 maybe? Is that right? She was 34, 35 years old at the time of her disappearance. I'm actually trying to look up the details. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It was 2015. July 3rd, 2015. Her boyfriend at the time said that she just disappeared from the house the night before. Right off the bat, Sherry Ballard knew that's not right because she had 5 kids. She ain't going to leave behind her kids.
Mm-mm.
And I think one of the kids was with him and the others may have been with other family somewhere or something. I'm not really sure. But anyways, it went on just long enough. And this was a part of the Bardstown, what I called the Bardstown 5, because you had 5 people right there just kind of back to back to back to back. They got murdered. Started with Jason Ellis, the cop, who stopped at an exit ramp, an exit. The road was blocked with debris. He got out to clean it up and got shot
Yeah.
from a coward that was hidden up in the hills. And then you had Kathy and Samantha Netherland, who are currently on the cover of the Mountain Mysteries Facebook page. That was a mother and daughter, a teacher, and a soon-to-be collegiate student, or she was a collegiate student. Anyways, they got killed. Then, of course, Crystal goes missing. Then her dad, Tommy Ballard, gets shot while he's hunting with his grandson in a great big open field. And everybody knew Tommy was all over this thing like a boar hog on a corn cob. He wasn't going to let up. This was his daughter. Would you let up? No, I wouldn't either. And it cost him. But now they've got somebody in custody for it. So they put him in there on, I think it was like a $10 million cash bond, and his attorney is currently trying to get that reduced down to $500,000, which I pray to God does not happen. I think I put that in the chat too. So there's a lot of things here to talk about, a lot of things there to kind of ponder on, and definitely it's things for you guys to talk about in the chat room and amongst yourselves. So let me get back over here because I'd like to say hello to some of the people in the chat. Um, okay, let's see here. Said he flattened her face with a cinder block. Tammy Goble told us that. Yeah, yeah. So hi to Tammy. Glad you're here, Tammy. Robin, Rachel, looks like Summer, Charlie, Sharon, Barron. My adopted daughter is beautiful. Yes, you are, Stace. You are beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys.
Madonna Murray. Well, Madonna, we love you. You guys, you're the reason we do this. Tracy is in there. Brookie, not Brookie Halk, but Brookie Casey. Brookie Halk was in here. We give him a. Oh, here, bro. I got something for you. Yeah. Um, Barry Penix, who for some reason Brooke has taken to calling Benny. Hello, Benny. So that's Brooke. Helen Prater, Rita Phillips. Hey, Rita. Good to see you. Genevieve. Um, and I'm sorry for my voice and my lungs going. This thing is taking a toll on me.
It hangs on and don't go anywhere for
It
months.
does. It's like a bad penny. It keeps showing up. Of course, Sharon. And Sharon, I did get your message and I will be getting a hold of you. Apparently, Sharon had a dream about April and she said it was going to make me bawl, which somebody can pretty much just say her name and I get emotional.
Mhm.
Let's see. Who else do we have in there? I think I said hi to Robin. Oh, there's my girl, Stacy at 606 Paranormal. Lloyd is lurking somewhere. We know this.
So here.
Yeah,
I can't
Lloyd.
get in because my whole phone is. I lost my whole contacts, all email, all everything. 20 years of pictures gone.
Didn't you not have anything backed up to the cloud?
He doesn't use Apple products.
And it shows.
Yeah, I mean, but so I mean, I can't get on anything. I can't get my email. I can't get any of it. It's gone.
Ah, man. Okay. That sucks. Rachel is Christmas shopping and watching. So Rachel, we love you, Rach.
Yay.
You're awesome. You are just awesome. Yeah, and that's okay. People start Christmas stuff about this time. You know, for my daughter, Halloween starts like in August. So,
Me too.
and she said it doesn't end till December 1st, and it goes straight into Christmas. And I said,
Mm.
"What? No decorations for turkey?" And she said, "Why would I be worried about shoving bread up a bird's ass?" She said, "I'm not really
Mhm.
concerned about that." So that's my child. She is very much my child.
Mhm.
Um, everybody that knows her, you know, she said people walk up to her that she doesn't know and says, "Hey, I know your dad," and she's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, "Well, that's kind of part of it, I guess."
You guys are
Um,
twins.
Look at this. Genevieve wrote this. Talking about under a fake name and match 4 of the 5 criteria that the rifle that shot Tommy Ballard. Okay, look at this. There we go. She's talking about Brooks' brother, Nick, sold the rifle to law enforcement under a fake name and has matched 4 of the 5 criteria of the rifle that shot Tommy Ballard. That does not surprise me at all. That does not. Yeah, Brooks' brother. Thank you very much, Jen. Um, Robin says that my child is a sweetheart. Yes, she is. She is. And there's there's Rach. Rachel is just awesome. Yes, he did have a brother, as a matter of fact, Brooke. His brother actually at one point in time worked for Bardstown PD and was let go because of interference in an investigation, a criminal investigation. Uh, Lloyd, don't feel alone. Charlie said the same thing happened to him. Um, yeah, so
It
uh,
sucks.
it does, man. I really, you ought to get the cloud. Get Apple products or well, wait a minute. Android should have some kind of a version of the cloud, don't they? Some kind of a backup.
I don't know. You would think they would.
I'm sure they would. I mean, hell, it's Microsoft.
Yeah.
I mean, they're Janine just joined us. Hello, Janine. Tonight we're talking about various high-profile murder cases. Um, but the one that really sticks out the most to me, and that's probably because it's quite personal, because we've done episodes, is the one on Amber Spradlin and also Krista Garrett. I went to Verizon Cloud, is what Karen Lynn said. So thank you very much, Karen. That's a good tip, Verizon Cloud. And yeah, Madonna says that Verizon, or I'm sorry, that she said that they do, that Android does have such a thing. So Android does have such a thing. So Lloyd, man, if you want for Christmas, I'll get you like a huge subscription to the cloud. And, you know, you can like, I don't know, back up whatever new pictures you take and stuff, I guess. So,
my camera didn't work either. When it rains, it pours.
brother, that's what you get for pissing them dolls off.
I told
You know,
you.
I was sitting there. I wasn't going to say it. That boy, oh boy.
Some of them
African
just don't
tribal
like
masks and all.
I mean,
Tribal,
I
yeah.
lost pictures of the roach and everything.
Do what?
I said I lost pictures of the roach and everything.
Of the roach.
My ex.
I'm not even going to ask what you were doing with.
No, they were like mug shots and her jumping in trash cans and all that kind of stuff, and like dumpsters.
We're really going to go there tonight, aren't we?
Lloyd, it's been a while. Let's all just break down and let it out.
I love what Sharon put right there. Time for an iPhone, Lloyd. Time for an iPhone. So
I don't know how to work them.
I know.
You know, here's the thing.
Why?
Everything that I've got is Windows based except my phone. It's iPhone. My studio runs on Windows 10 and 11 because I've got a portable studio that I can take with me in the event that, you know, if I'm out somewhere and I'm gone the night, let's say I get a cabin, I'm in Tennessee or something like that. And Gourmet calls me and says, hey, I need a commercial done for the station. I can do it. And I mean, I've got the setup for it. And it sounds actually, it kind of sounds about as good as it would in here. But
I can't even sign up to YouTube.
Man, I'm telling you, you're just a hot mess. You just had a good run of bad luck. So, with these things being talked about tonight with Vandersloot and Brooks Houck, and yes, he did have a brother, or he does have a brother. And, the first person that was arrested in the case that we had talked about, and this actually came out about 2 weeks before the appearance of, or before they arrested Houck, that a guy was arrested. This is after the FBI got involved because they came in, I guess it was around August of 2020, or the second was in August of 21. There was 2 different searches, and they found, and all they called it was an item of interest. To this day, they've not said what that was. I'm assuming, and this is just a big leap on my part, but I'm assuming, Stace, do you think that could have been a murder weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the feeling you're getting?
Yeah. Yeah, I just...
Well, they arrested this guy in September. His name was Joseph Lawson, 32. And it was on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and complicity in tampering with physical evidence. Now, listen to this. I love this. They never identified any victim, but the dates that he is alleged to have done this correspond directly with Crystal Rogers' disappearance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I actually had somebody, are you kidding? You really think it's Crystal Rogers? And again, my dad comes out without me thinking. Pull real hard. When you hear it pop, you know your head's out of your ass. Of course it's her. But I'm still hoping that they find who killed Kathy and Samantha and Jason. And but now it's like, we were just talking about a few moments ago. I think that he may have had something to do with Tommy Ballard's death. But why would anybody go after Jason Ellis? I mean, yeah, he was a cop. Cops have enemies. I get that. But a school teacher and a collegiate student, Kathy and Samantha Netherland, everybody's screaming there's connections here, and I can see where that could be the case. I'm just not seeing why Samantha and Kathy. Unless, I mean, yeah, granted, nobody knows what kind of life who is living behind closed doors. But what's going on there? It just keeps raising questions. So, with that being said, based on what I have promised on a condition of anonymity, in a few weeks, we could be heading to Bardstown, Kentucky to record some interviews with some people that claim to be able to put the dots together for us. Time will tell. I don't know. I know because I know you're all looking at me saying, you think they can? I don't know. But Bardstown's not that far away, and I'll damn sure make the drive. Stacia and I'll load up and go up there. We'll take Happy Lloyd with us.
Woohoo!
Get him an iPhone. So well, on the way up. Yeah, Ruby Kahn said that Nick Houck sold the gun under a fake name. Hey, Lloyd got on there. Yeah. Okay, so he's in there now. So with that being said, Stace, if you know, because we're almost at the half, we're almost at 9:30. I'd like, if you could, to open up your gifts,
Okay.
and your equipment, and let's see if any of these individuals may come through or what happens and what we get. And it could be concerning, what I'm asking for to spirit guides or whatever you may call. If it's something to do with Natalie, if it's something to do with Amber, if it's something to do with Krista, or if it's something to do with Crystal. So
Gotcha.
Jessica Preston asked, did they find the item of interest in the driveway on one of his properties? I think that I read in an article, but wasn't 100% sure. Jess, I'm not really sure. I just know that they found it on the property. I'm just not sure that where at on the property that they found this item of interest.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
Mm-hmm. Well, anytime you got something like this, you always get misinformation. But sometimes the information is absolutely correct, and sometimes it's not so much. But I do know that they found it on the property. I hear it firing up.
Yeah. I mean, it's going crazy. I got a little speaker sitting over here so we can hear it a little bit better, too.
Okay. Well, it's been a hot minute since they were able to come through, so.
Let's make sure
I've had
that's in there. Make sure it's loud enough. Wayne.
Dwayne.
So you've been listening to us the whole time we've been talking. If anybody wants to come through for us. Chad. Does anybody have anything to say about anybody that we've been speaking about? Natalie or even Amber? Can you tell us anything about any of the girls we've been talking about? Mary something. Yeah. The other one said yeah. Mary, what was the last name? Can you come through and tell me again? Also, anybody here that wants to come through for anybody in our chat room, you're more than welcome. Sound like I really didn't.
You did.
So they got him. Who did they get?
CG.
Something that said the law. I think it said Krista. Did you say Krista? Did you say you were there? Can you tell me what happened? all two of them or something. Do you have any messages for any one of us that are here? We're all together as a big circle. And you're more than welcome to come through and talk. You can also show yourself, as you've done many times on our show.
Oh, God.
This is where I do all my work, and I know you all know this. Jeff something. Something she's laying there. Die. Can you tell me what your name is? And Joe's been on there 2 times now, or 3. To the girl, what was your name? Can you tell me? I almost said it's Deidre. I said Deidre twice. I see you, Barry. I said apple. We got something. She said her son. Can you tell me the name of the person that you're talking about with her son? Can you tell us anything about Natalie Holloway? Could you come through and tell us about her? She enjoyed something there. There was 4 people involved that knew about her death. Can you tell me the name of her murderer? Who killed Natalie?
That's what?
I thought I heard it, but
I thought I did, but I wasn't. Yeah.
Me too. I was on the same. Yeah.
So apparently he was wanting sexual favors, and she denied him and fought back, and that's when he killed her. Excuse me. Now
Can you tell us the name of the person?
Tidbit. 5 years to the day when he killed the girl in the hotel.
Yeah. I remember that.
I did not know that.
I remember they had the hotel footage of him going in the room with her and coming back out without her.
Say again. I can't hear you. Wait.
No.
What?
I know that he killed her. I appreciate you telling us that, but can you give us the name? There you go. You didn't just say yours?
Yeah, it's not me.
Can you tell us anything about Amber? I know that I've asked you before and you've told me quite a bit. Charlie said he heard him say Matt. They're all hitting me at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Heard my name again.
I heard it again too. It's either every time it does that, it sounds like it's saying boy or boy. It's hard to tell. But don't worry. Work on the speaker. Keep saying, pray to God. Something God. But I'm not sure what it is. Did you hear that? Sounded like something was. Blair. Does anybody want to come through for someone in the chat room?
We have several people in the chat room and several people viewing. If you'd like to come through and mention something to somebody, or maybe try to mention it to Stacia and she'll get it to them.
If you want to try to contact somebody like that, just start to concentrate on them.
That's a good question. I'm not sure, Mary.
Yeah, I heard with God.
Okay.
I've also heard Mary twice. Like he said, hallelujah. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't think of no one else better to be with than God.
That's right. That was a little
That
baby.
almost sounded like a child.
That was a little baby sounded like.
Yeah.
To the little child, are you wanting to come through for somebody here? I need you to push your way through and come through and talk to us. If you can. Somebody said it's too soon. He left before they got there. Any family or friends that want to come through? Did you hear that?
Did I hear that? I don't want to tell you about it. Is that what that said?
Yes.
That was Class A.
That was crazy.
Who said that?
I got it. 4630.
4630? Yeah.
That's almost as clear as that serial killer that kept coming through telling us how he was killing people.
Yeah, that was kind of freaky.
That was freaky. That's not complete now. This is Sharon. Sound like.
Yeah, Sharon had sent me a message earlier this evening. I need to get up with her. Something about April. And trust me, when April comes through, I have a tendency to listen.
We tune into that. Really.
Yeah, because I mean she's got something that she needs to say.
Sound like I said Greg. Whispered
Greg.
Greg.
I know several Gregs. But
Who gave up? Who gave up? They got him on the road. What did they do to him in the road? Can you tell us what happened? When you said they got him in the road, can you tell me what they did? Um, and then he killed them together.
I heard that.
Steve? They killed him and then killed the two together. Left the keys on the dresser?
Heard news.
Yeah. I also have a question. Well, actually, a statement from Anna. Can you tell us anything about Clancy Adkins?
What's that?
Something to her head. Can you tell me who did something to the person? You said he did that to her head. He didn't shoot her. And the man was behind him said no. What did he do to her? Something on a bookshelf. It's just going crazy.
oh,
Chris.
yeah, I heard that.
It sounded like
I mean, it's. Did you feel that?
What happened? What'd you feel?
Dog's feeling it too. It's just like a boost of cold air coming across our legs.
Yeah, I heard the pooches bark.
Is there anyone here that wants to come through the box and talk to us? No, I wouldn't forget you. What's your name? Dad. Mark. I also want to put out, if you guys are concentrating on your loved ones, be sure and listen to these messages, because just because we can't make out everything
Right.
Doesn't mean you can't.
That's right.
You may hear
Well, we
something.
may hear something that makes no sense to us, but it would make sense to somebody else.
Right.
Hell, half of what I hear doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just kind of like, "Ah, Dave, open the door."
He forced her something. He forced her to do something. I don't know if it's to get out. Out. He forced her to do something. And then there's, who are you talking about? Can you tell me that? He shot her in the head. Can you tell me who shot someone that you're talking about? Is it someone local? Dean. Can you tell us who was involved with Amber's death? Did it say he knew what he was doing? Die. Die. Something he was good at. It is on. You can come through and talk to us. I have 2 different ones running. If one's a little busy, you can come through on the other one. Yes, that one's fine. Thank you. I'm getting there, Sissy. The star. Mary says you're a doctor.
Yeah.
Said Charles. Do you have a message for Charles? Go look. He said a name, but he was drinking. Who was drinking? Can you tell me? Boys. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and shut this spirit box down so we can listen to this. This one seems to be really cooking tonight on this side. Does anybody else want to come through for anybody in the chat room? me. You can come and talk because they can hear you. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Stop, all 5.
Jessica said she doesn't reply.
Mm-hmm. I've heard so many names. That's why I was saying if it's for one of you all, it could be something directly for you. At the game. Did you hear that? Said get the car out of the car. Graphic. Can you tell me who you're speaking of? For me? Deep. Let's say boat.
Sounds like it.
Bert. Are you talking about Natalie? Can you tell me? Are you talking about Natalie whenever you're talking about the boat? And he was drinking and all that. His dad. I'd like to thank anybody and everybody who's came through to help us out tonight. You know, it's always open for you, for anybody to talk to anybody that's with us or around us in our circle. You're always welcome to come through. You know, whenever they said earlier about him, somebody got hit in the road, or they got him in the road, I was thinking about that Jason guy too.
You know, for some dumb reason, that completely avoided my mind.
Start thinking about that.
If brains were rocks, I couldn't make a splash tonight.
Some coward did that one.
Yeah, exactly. Probably still living in mommy and daddy's basement playing video games, and he's 48 years old, sucking on granny's teat.
For sure. Bribes.
Bribes. Is that what it said?
Who was bribed? His brother? Her brother liked pies. But it could be for something different. It was Nick that shot him too. Did Nick have anything to do with it? Yes. Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Louder. Let's have the ship. He's whispering.
Is that Enzo out here in the background leaking out of a water hole?
He's standing right here beside of us. Yep.
Okay. I was like,
yeah. He's actually sitting right here. He came up. He's been pacing back and forth, watching.
So he's been uneasy.
When we felt something, he got up. and took off, seeing what was going on. So he had to come get a little drinky poo. Probably can hear his little toenails too.
Look.
We're out.
Are we still on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
there. On our side, it comes through and it said, "Oops, something went wrong."
No, you're on. You never even had a glitch.
Awesome. We glitched here for a sec.
It's the internet. It's the mystery of electronics.
Yeah, crappy here. He saw me, Joe, and somebody. Does anybody else want to come through with any messages for anyone? Genevieve said Nick was a trained sharpshooter. That would make sense.
What? What is it?
Can you tell us anything about Jason Ellis?
But why though? I mean, what was the deal? Why? Why Jason? I mean, what was the motive? There's always three things in any murder. Motive means opportunity. Yeah, it could be. I never thought about that. Joe is in Joseph Lawson, maybe?
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Joe. Again.
Wow.
Well, let's go ahead and I don't want you overdoing it tonight, so I want we've gone about an hour, and that's good.
Okay. Anything pops up, I'll let you guys know. We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, so keep an eye on the Mountain Mysteries Facebook page and 606 Paranormal. If you've not followed them yet, do so. If you've not followed us yet, we hope you'll do so. And that's where you get all the notifications that when we're going to be on, which we're typically on with the gatherings, typically Thursdays at 9, and the Patreon only event, which is you can watch. That's true, Kim. You can watch the replay from the beginning. But typically the Patreon only event is Sundays at 8. We'll see this Sunday about what's going on and how my girl feels. Don't want her to try to go too fast too soon, if that makes any sense. So want her to get all healed up and feeling better, because her health means more to me than anything else. We want her healthy and happy. And it's like, Lloyd, please say a prayer for him to get a phone that works. And to leave them girls alone.
Yeah, he's got a pretty girlfriend back here. I don't know if you've seen her or not, but
God have mercy. Is that the roach?
No, that was better looking than the roach.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Look rougher than the night in a Floyd County lockup.
She'd make a train take a dirt road.
I've told you. Amen, brother. Preach the gospel. Tell us about it. Barry has a suggestion, Lloyd. Hashtag Obama phone.
That's right.
That burns my ass too. People talk about free phone. There's nothing in this world free.
No.
Somebody is paying for it somewhere.
You're right.
Yeah, we just passed the tent or today or something with it said free phone. I was like, oh yeah.
And that's what they say. Free phone. It ain't free. Somebody's paying for it.
Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah, she is just an absolute sweetheart. Jess is great.
I appreciate that, sweetheart.
I told you, though, when we said, hey, look, Stace is going to be out for a little bit. We want her to get better. We want her to heal. Next thing I know, it's bam, 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 bam. We love her. We love her. We're praying. I mean, you had prayers going up, girl, like crazy. And you always have them here. And there is this one individual that texted me quite often, very, very worried about you, and I want you to know how much this person absolutely, apparently, adores you and loves you. He's sitting right beside of you, Lloyd.
Oh, I was
That's
like,
that's my
Lloyd's
buddy.
sitting there going, "Who's he talking about?"
Yeah, that's what he's like.
I'm telling you, Lloyd is God have mercy. It takes him 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes. Okay.
You got him down pat.
Excuse me, God. I'm so sorry, and I apologize for that.
We had to cancel the Laurel County doll tour because of Kate Law. But
Yeah.
so instead of that, we
Yeah,
got to
they're in
go
Winchester
take the
right now,
babies
aren't
to
they?
Winchester yesterday, and
I
they're at
watched the
Mason
video.
on Main.
I think
Beautiful little antique store in the mid, downtown Winchester, and we just found a perfect place and lovely haunted store.
I watched the video where the gentleman was holding one of the dolls. Millie, was it? I think.
Yeah, that's Mason.
Okay, yeah, and he was like, "I really hope I come in here tomorrow morning." And I'm sitting there thinking, "Brother, don't wish for something you don't want."
Listen, we try to tell him. We try to tell him, look, watch some of our shows. We never know when they're going to jump at
You
us or what
don't
they're doing.
know
That's what I told him.
what they're going to do. I mean, Agni alone, the sight
He's
of
got her
Agni
too.
alone, huh?
He's got Agni. I took her over
Oh,
today and got out with my little cane and took her in there. And he
it
goes,
ain't no
"Oh my
wonder Lloyd
God!"
is actually smiling this evening because he's not around most of them.
That's right.
That makes sense.
But he had to walk in there and tell him all the bad luck and things that have happened though.
Well, seriously, guys, I mean, bad luck's one thing, but this is two HVAC systems go down. His car jacks up. His Jeep jacks up. I mean, your
That's
old
still
Jeep, your old vehicle, your Yaris jacks up. And now he's pissed off his iPhone or is pissed off his Android or whatever.
I'm telling you, she's gonna pick on him, until he gets serious.
But Lady Luck has just thrown him over the kitchen table and ripped his pants down.
He
I
got
mean,
Shatner too, Barry.
huh? Yeah. Yeah,
They're
brother.
they're in the windows. You can drive by and see them in what is it, 70 South Main,
70 South Main,
Winchester
Mason.
Winchester,
downtown.
Kentucky.
On that main drive, you can go by and see him in his windows.
Might watch one of them move.
He
I've seen
said
that
that.
happen on the show.
He said
I've
that
seen
when
I
he
watched
put him,
one of the eyes move as he was talking. I watched a baby look at him yesterday, I guess it was.
he said that one of them, the arms went up and like grabbed the other one or something, which he knows that for a fact that he didn't set them there. like that.
Tobias.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
what was the other one?
Tobias has a mind of his own very much.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had put his
Yeah.
arm around another doll, and he said, "I didn't sit him in that chair like that." And I'm like, "Trust me, you're going to find out just what me and Chris have found out. We never know what they're doing."
You don't know until they do it.
Yep. And he's got the
Barry
haunted
said that he
piano.
hopes Shatner ain't got his nightgown on.
He does. He's got the
does.
cutest little naughty nightgown on you ever did see.
Oh, God. Okay.
Him
This
and his
is,
little winky poo.
I'm sorry.
They're just shining.
I don't even know where to go with this. I'm at a loss. That's okay.
I think he's the only baby we have that's anatomically correct.
Lord.
So he has to wear a diaper.
Is it anything like the ones that Lloyd wears?
They're matching.
Now his are bigger.
Well, let me tell you, Lloyd, when them things say 10 to 12 pounds, they ain't lying. That's all they'll hold. So, I don't even know where to go with this. I really don't. So all I can say is
It is what it is.
I'm tickled you're back.
Me too. I'm glad to be back with my family. Love all you guys.
Yeah.
And my bestie. Love you.
I love you, baby girl. Yeah, it's just good to see. It feels right. Barry said it's getting cold. Allow for shrinkage. Well, there is that. Yeah, it's boy howdy, Jenny. Oh,
I think I sent Barry a picture of him the other night whenever we pulled up his little dress and everything. I can't remember.
wait a minute. You actually
I took a picture of it, yeah.
that's doll porn.
It is. It's. I'm embarrassed, but it was hilarious. So we have to keep him covered up because
Well, now,
little
Jessica,
stud
you know what
muffin.
you've been missing. She said that we've cracked her up. This is not uncommon. We do this quite often. Um, I, like I said, I'm just glad you're back, and I am slowly on the
Thank you,
mend.
Karen.
But this bronchitis thing, anybody that's ever had it knows it takes forever and a day to get over it, and the cough kind of stays with you for a while.
Oh, you mean like
What is?
Breathing treatment.
go to
Oh
the hospital?
yeah.
These lovely things like they gave me
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for bronchitis,
We're paying
coughing
for that for 20
around,
years.
and all that.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. But
And one
keep
of the
do it, baby. Yeah. That's the port where you get your
one of these
medicine.
lovely things that I have to keep
Well,
on
I made it
forever.
a point. I didn't go into details because it wasn't my place to, but I did tell people
I
that
have blood clots in my leg, guys. Yeah.
yeah, that it was not good,
Mm-mm.
and that
One
we
of them had
were.
burst and set up an infection, and I didn't know it, but I knew I couldn't walk. So I
And now you're
threw
getting
it
around. And now you're getting around.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
limping. I got my little pain, but I'm getting back to
there
being
is.
a
Have you
lot
noticed how much sickness is going around lately? And we're not even into winter.
crazy.
Yeah. So it's a change of weather. I mean, I asked my doctor, so where the hell did I pick this up at? He said, Chris, 52, change of weather. He said, you don't have to pick it up anywhere. You can just get it. And I never
Yep.
thought about that, but I guess he's right. And I said, well, okay. But he said, other than that, you're perfectly healthy. So I said,
Good.
well, yeah, that was good to know for the most part. Of course, outside of my blood pressure going up and down like crazy, which happens. So, but anyways, we are going to go ahead and step off here tonight. We want to thank everybody for being here. Like I said, keep an eye on the Facebook page, The Mountain Mysteries. If you've not followed us, do so yet. It's free. Subscribe to the Spotify podcast of The Mountain Mysteries. That's free. Um, if you feel like you would like to get the episodes early, if you feel like you'd like to become a patron, you can do that. There's links on our Facebook page. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us and all the prayers. And yes, let me address the pink elephant in the room. I've been asked a time or two by private text. Are we going to do an episode on Candy Green Gonzalez? Yeah. As long as I can get her family to get up with me, we'll get together. And I do want to do one on Candy very much. I think what happened to her was not only a travesty, but a tragedy. I think she was a beautiful girl that did not deserve that. And Rachel, thank you so much.
Yes.
She said, y'all get some rest and good luck with your Christmas shopping, love. Really.
Yeah.
So, and I don't blame her for getting started right now. Hell, it's probably smart.
Yep.
Stace, I love you bunches, and I'm so glad to see
I
you
love
back.
you too. I'm glad to be back.
And we are going to go ahead and call this a night and step out, get some rest. You need me, you know where I'm at. You call me. Maybe you and I can get together this weekend, and maybe we'll pop in and surprise one of our patrons.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Could happen. You never know, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We love you. May God bless you. And as always, stay mysterious. Good night.
Good night, everybody.